A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this collective reading. This is the divine feminine and masculine collective reading, and here the masculine is extending support to the divine feminine who has probably gone through some situation to do with the narcissistic society, the flawed system, and it could be possible that whatever she's living up for, whatever she's standing for, it could be one person, it could be a group, it could be someone who's very close to her. They're just trying to maybe tarnish her image, or they're just trying to pull her down. And she's going through a very difficult time dealing with all of this. It's not been easy for her to be who she is, to stand for the things that she believes in. It's not been an easy ride for her doing this ascension work, this inner work, existing in this samsara where there is so much illusion, delusion, maya. And what I'm also being shown is that this feminine probably had a very difficult childhood. She maybe also went through abuse and she had to heal from it. But despite all of that, somehow she has attracted this lovely masculine, this divine masculine in her life. Or it's not like he also came in that easily. With many years of inner work, lots and lots of patience and healing. And not that she was unhappy in the inner work journey, not that she was sad or anything. She was being taken care of. Once she realized that inner work is her path, she never looked back after that. So the divine masculine came in to her life at the right time, acting as a pillar of support, as a very strong pillar of support. It seems to me that she has gone through some kind of tower moment right now, and maybe her own people have said something really mean to her. Maybe she was gaslighted and then humiliated, and after that she didn't even share it with the masculine. She was going through a lot of shame and guilt. Whatever her situation is, there was disappointment in her energy, and I also see a lot of nurturing energy in her. It could be possible, in my vision, I can see her around children, or I see her around a child who probably had no one, maybe like an orphan child, or maybe some destitute children, maybe some children with special needs. I see her doing something for the children. She is around kids. She has very beautiful nurturing energy, and the masculine is extremely in awe of her. He really loves her. He's really happy to be around her. I mean, they have their own connection. It may not be a perfect connection, but they have this beautiful connection, which is their support system. And I'm also being shown that whatever this thing that she's going through, it shows that there are some negative events that have happened in her life, and they have left a scar, they have left a traumatic energy in her DNA system, which she realizes, but she cannot do anything about it. Like, there are some things that you can control, some things that you can change or do something about it, but there are certain things you can't do anything about it. It is what it is kind of situation. So whatever it was that she had to deal with in her past, she cannot do anything about it, but she still feels a bit of anxiety, and there are some triggers around it. And it is definitely society, it is a societal based pain. The way she lives, who she is, where she's from. Some things matter deeply to people, and sometimes you cannot even walk away from that set of people that is pulling you down. You have to stay there. I mean, she has her own world. She's an independent woman for sure. Even if someone is living in their own world, they have created their own space, still somebody, this is also happening as per divine timing, and it's happening in due course of time, somebody probably wants to interfere and intervene, create that negative energy. They'll do it. If it's gonna happen, it will happen. But this tower moment is actually leading her to something beautiful, because this is going to bring in a change. This is an unavoidable, unexpected change, which is taking the base from these words, these remarks of other people. Okay, if I look at the auto writing notes, then I'm being shown that the masculine, it is actually the masculine who is explaining it to her that other people are going to say something or the other always. They are always going to say something. They are always going to criticize. There will be people who will love you. There will be people who will criticize you. You can focus on those who criticize you. You can focus on those who love you. It's totally up to you. In fact, you don't even have to focus on anything. You just have to do your work. You just have to be yourself. If a flower is blooming, it's not blooming because some people appreciate it. There can be even those people who appreciate the flower so much that they'll pluck the flower. They'll not be happy that the flower is in the plant or is in the pot or is just blooming in a natural space. They'll say, oh, I love this flower so much, so I'll pluck it. Still, the flower blooms. Still, the flowers bloom every season, no matter what happens. They are not doing it for other people's appreciation or criticism. It's their nature. So he's telling her that it's your nature. Be yourself. Don't listen to anyone. And these are all useless talks. These are people who don't have any work to do. You got something great going on over here. You are on a mission. You have gone through a lot in your life. You've got so much of generational curses and so much trauma coming in from everywhere. But you're still solid, strong. You're an inspiration even for a person like me. Maybe he also has some addiction patterns, or he also goes through feelings of unworthiness. But he's really... he cannot see her tears. He cannot see her crying. He wants to do something for her. He wants to make her happy. He wants to support her. As of now, the only way he can support her is through words, through motivation, through encouragement. So whatever she's facing from the world, he is kind of in the middle absorbing it and telling her to not bother about these people, because these are jobless people who say all these useless, pointless things. They just want to bring you down. They cannot see that despite all these problems, you are happy. Despite all these situations that you faced in life, you are happy, you're independent, you're doing so well, and you're not trapped in the societal patterns. Society wants people to do typical things. Study till this age, go to college, go to school, get a job, get married, have children, then have grandchildren. Force your children also to have children. They don't have any mission. They don't have any inner work related thoughts. They're not in awakening stage. They're not awakening right now. They're not going to awaken in future. You are different. You're not like them. You're special. So, don't bother about these things. Now, in some cases, this could be happening in a family setup, or this could be happening in maybe a function or a party setup. This could be happening, or it has already happened. It has already taken place, and she comes back from that place. She has already left that place. Physically, she is not around those people. But because she's still crying, because she's still sad, because she's low, she's going through a dark night period because of those people. So he is telling her that, look, those people are not even here, but you still carried their energy. It's like we are gonna spend the whole night, the whole day, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, 1 week, sitting with those people. Physically, they may not be here, but energetically, they're all sitting here with you. They're all next to you. So why do you want to spoil your happy days, happy time? It's all up to you. You can continue to be happy. You can choose to be happy. You can choose to be sad. The Divine Masculine has really good questions to ask her. He is asking her, do you really want to give so much importance to such people who are so negative, who cannot see beyond the veil, people who are stuck in the Maya, people who are trapped in this illusion? You want to believe them, you want to listen to them, You want to waste your time and energy on those people? Really? You want to do that? And in some cases, I'm being shown that they are probably out somewhere. It could be a party, it could be a wedding, it could be a get together, and over there, somebody, we have these mean people. We always have some mean people hovering around, possessed by some demonic negative energy. They just love to do these things. Or maybe she's just triggered. Maybe they are just saying some things which are very typical of the world we live in. But she has a trauma over there and she gets triggered and she starts crying. She goes to a corner and she's hurt, or she's like not happy, maybe she's not eating, or she's just getting into a spiral or a loop that is not healthy for her mind, healthy for her energy, healthy for her overall growth. It can maybe take her into a very dark corner, very dark spot. But I'm also being shown that due to his presence and due to whatever is happening, the death card has been given to me, and it does signify spiritual transformation. It's a time of change. It's a time of new beginning. And it could be also possible that this is a very cultural, traditional thing that she's going through. I mean, in everybody's culture, we have these traditional things, cultural things that people follow, and maybe they expect her to follow those cultural things, those traditional things, some values, and she cannot or she does not. And they say that, oh, you are such a bad person if you can't do it, if you don't do it. It could be in today's time and age, if you look at it, so many women don't want to have children, or so many people don't want to get married straight away, they want to take more time. They are not scared by the age factor or some other factor, or this loneliness factor. People are getting married and having children also because they're lonely and they're bored. Some of them just do it because two people are not happy, two people are feeling lonely and bored, and they say, okay, let's bring in a child. Maybe the child will change things. They don't understand that they are going to trouble the child a lot more than this way, because bringing a child into a toxic situation is not a solution. Rather, it's a toxic situation even for the child who's so pure and innocent. In Ramayana, this actually reminds me of Ramayana. You see, Goddess Sita is such a pure, beautiful person, so powerful, a master, a monad, an ascended master, a divine creation. She was not even born via the biological process. She was literally found in the soil. Imagine what kind of divine child she is. She could walk in the fire. She had so many blessings. It saved her from such a powerful demon lord. Had she not been in the picture, Ravan would have never been killed. Ravan's ego got trampled under her powerful penance. Her love for Sri Ram, her loyalty for Sri Ram was so beautiful. She was so non-materialistic, despite being a princess raised in so many luxuries. She happily lived in the forest just to be of support to her husband, just to show support to her husband. She could not be without Lord Sri Ram. And despite all of that, all of the love, all of the loyalty, all of the devotion, the power, she is Sita, she is Lakshmi reincarnated. She's Ram's counterpart. Look at Ram. He is the most powerful character, and to be his wife, to be his divine counterpart, he was so awestruck by Sita. And such a beautiful lady, such a beautiful person was also defamed by her own people. It was Ayodhya Vasis who had defamed her. They had spoken ill about her. They had spoken wrongly about her. Even if few people were doing it, they still did it. So if she can be defamed, think about normal people. Normal people, how will they leave normal people? This is what the world does. The world is always willing to defame others, to say mean things to others. And let me tell you, these are not good people. These are people who are selfish. These are people who derive some kind of sadistic pleasure by putting others down. They are so demanding, they are so demeaning, they just, without any reason or rhyme, they will say things. If there's a reason, if there's a rhyme, there's a proper, situation, then yes, why not? Everyone is entitled to their opinion. Of course, this collective reading reminds me of Goddess Sita and how she was treated or misunderstood or defamed, or she had to sacrifice a lot, yet she took a stand for herself. The actual story is that she left Ayodhya and moved to Valmiki ashram as her own choice. She was never sent on an exile, as some people have mentioned. The real story is that she went to Valmiki ashram on her own. It was her own decision. And later on, when people apologized and there was some hue and cry, then she came back. Yes, people, over a period of time, change the stories get twisted a bit. But the fact is that she took a stand for herself. She did not get scared. She said, I've lived for all these 14 years in the forest. I love the forest. I'm the daughter of earth. I was born from soil. How and why how is it possible? And why would I be scared of living in the nature, living in the ashram, living a real life? I don't need the palace. I don't need the jewelry. I don't need the fancy clothes. Because these things that people are saying, I don't accept it. Whosoever is listening to this, whether you're a divine masculine or a divine feminine, if you are also going through this type of gaslighting by the narcissistic people around you, if you're also going through these type of situations where constantly you are questioned, everybody else can do whatever they want to do, but when you start doing something, even if it's good, they start questioning you. You just have to go out for a walk in the nature and they'll have a problem with that. Why? Why you? Why do they pick on to you? Because there's something that you're here to do. You're here to raise the vibration of this planet, and we cannot do so till the time we don't learn to ignore these useless rhetorics created by jobless people. So, yes, the Tower movement is also going to bring renewal and creation and a big change and a positive change, personal transformation, and so much beauty in her life. It may look like destruction or tragedy or, oh my God, why is this happening? But eventually that's not what it's going to turn into. And of course, the death card is also shown to me, which I was just reading about. Here also the feeling is of transformation. We also have 10 of Swords, wherein the feminine feels like there's a dead end. But here the masculine is uplifting her spirits. Here the masculine is there to guide her, to take care of her. Here the masculine is being a friend of her. You know why? Because she has already healed those masculine parts of her. She's a very good provider. She can make her own decisions. She's very independent. So certain areas of her life she has healed. She has forgiven the narcissistic father. She has given empowerment to that space. She is not scared to change. She has removed certain negative patterns from the masculine template. And guys, you can also work with me one-on-one. You can get into narcissistic abuse release therapy. It's a very good therapy for those people who are constantly being pulled down by the narcissistic energies around you. Yeah, it takes time because this is a very heavy duty energy. This is actually the most difficult energy. You can also get into negative memory release therapy, where we work on specific memories, we release them, we work on releasing them so that you can have space. You can have space, and that space can be used for creation, for growth, for transformation, for love. All of this mocking, all of this taunting, all of this sarcasm, all of these words, this is not for you, my dear love. You are much bigger than these things. You are much above these things. Who are these people? They don't even exist in your reality. They are probably hanging on to some old, long lost memories and some kind of trauma that they come back to attack you. But If they come back to attack you and you don't react and you don't respond and you don't feel anything, they will lose their power and they will diminish. They will be over. Don't give them anything. Don't give them what they want from you. The masculine also says that those who point one finger at you, their own 4 other fingers are getting pointed at their own selves. You think these people are perfect? You think these people are really good people? You are so much better than these people. They are all heavy duty sinners. They are sinners of the highest order. And by making you feel bad, or even if they're not sinners, even if it's a scenario where it's just family members and sitting and everybody's having a conversation and it just turns out to be an ugly conversation, either this or either that, even if it is a group of sinners, even if it's a group of your own people just saying things to you which hurt you, in both cases, or it's a trigger, it's bad triggering happening within you because of something happening in the outside world, whatever it is, the masculine is very wise over here, and he tells the feminine, none of this is real, none of this is true, it's all an illusion. You're going to be stuck in your past and then you're going to be stuck in your future. You're going to keep running between these 2 poles, these 2 extremes, but these words, this mockery is not going to let you come in between where you should be, in the balance. So don't listen to these words. Don't give them importance, because you don't deserve to be in this energy that you're in right now. So guys, in case you get into a personal reading with me, kindly do not share your details in advance. I use intuitive reading. It's one of the modalities I use, but there are other multiple modalities which I cannot share on this video. We will discuss in detail in the personal session. If you want to get my book In the Name of Love, it's on Amazon Kindle. It's only on Kindle, the latest edited version. I will see you in the next video. One love, peace out. One love, peace out, and victory to Ram.